Full moons mark revelations, culminations, and completion. And when they occur in the sign of Aries, they bring up themes of autonomy, independence, self-assertion, and pioneering. This full moon will be in mutual reception with its planetary ruler, Mars in Cancer, while it's forming a challenging square as part of a larger grand cardinal cross, involving the nodes of fate and destiny. Mars in Cancer themes, which we'll explore deeper in a bit, will be brought to the forefront under this full moon in Aries in mid-October. While we're on the subject, I'll just quickly note that this Aries full moon will feature a conjunction to Chiron while Chiron is transiting the late degrees of Aries. One of the themes for Chiron in Aries includes major milestones in women's rights and women's history, which could imply that we may see a female president in our future, possibly due to something sudden and unexpected happening to the opponent or to the current president that promotes her into position prior to a traditional late January inauguration. An interesting thing to note is that Kamala Harris is a business-minded and assertive full moon baby, and she was actually born under a full moon in Aries, within a 3-degree orb of this upcoming October full moon in Aries. So she'll certainly be spotlighted under it come mid-October. Under the full moon in Aries, the sun in its fall in Libra opposes the Aries full moon, while the fallen sun answers to a debilitated Venus, experiencing a crisis at the critical anaretic 29th degree point, this time of Scorpio. The debilitation is immediately removed just hours after the full moon in Aries, when Venus enters freedom, travel, and philosophy-loving Jupiterian Sagittarius, implying that a woman's position and conditions for women in general among the collective may also improve or elevate. Since this occurs prior to the election and we have another major lunation before the Scorpio new moon, still to come preceding the US presidential election, this implies that something could happen to our existing president, Joe Biden, that causes him to have to step down or step down willingly from office, putting Kamala in office as the first female president of the United States prior to the election. Something could happen to her opponent, Donald Trump, that removes him from the running. Time will tell. We'll explore the astrology a little bit deeper. I predicted back for you in the beginning of July that there would be multiple attempts against Donald Trump's life. The first of which coincided with the Mars-Uranus conjunction on demon star Algol, 26 degrees Taurus, during Cancer season, right smack in between two back-to-back full moons in Capricorn, with the second of which, the full moon 29 degrees Capricorn, coinciding with when Joe Biden stepped down from the running. 29 degrees Capricorn, where Pluto is now. The second assassination attempt occurred in the middle of September, while Mars was transiting through Cancer, almost exactly square the lunar nodes of fate and destiny, at a point we astrologers refer to as the North Bending. It's an incredibly sensitive point. Any planet conjunct this point receives a massive injection of its energy, which in this case was Mars, while Mars was conjunct Trump's natal Mercury in the 12th house of hidden enemies, self-undoing, and the afterlife. Mars delivers karma through injury, illness, accident, and separation. Mars in Cancer can bring attacks to the home, or where we're supposed to feel most safe and secure. Trump was attacked on his own golf course. That's a place he likely felt he was very safe. Mars in Cancer for the rest of us could indicate feeling unsafe in the home, especially as the immigration or migrant crisis continues to escalate as we head into winter and the homeless are forced to take desperate measures to survive, especially in the cold. Cancer is all about home and family and what we need for emotional comfort and security. Mars in Cancer brings up feelings of a lack of safety and security, and this can be felt even on a national level. Mars in Cancer can be about nationalism, with many who have their natal Mars in Cancer serving our nation in some capacity, especially via the military or the government. We've been hearing stories on the news, I've seen it on YouTube, about immigrant groups stealing and beheading animals that are actually people's pets. Americans view their pets as part of their family. This is Cancer energy. And Mars is bringing attacks to these helpless, unrepresented animals. From the perspective of the immigrants, they're likely simply trying to survive, doing what they know to source and hunt food they view as available. Similarly, we've heard stories about squatters' rights and the potential for squatters to take over ownership of your home. Be sure to secure your homes and add surveillance if that's something you feel you need to do. Mars will be in Cancer for an extended time due to his upcoming retrograde, so the feeling of a lack of security and safety will be felt and continue to intensify until it reaches a breaking point sometime between September 2024 and April 2025. This new moon solar eclipse in Libra forms a close square to Mars, weakened in Cancer. It's part of a larger pattern known as a grand cardinal cross. The cross is created by two pairs of oppositions. So we have the new moon in Libra, spotlighting our karmic relationship patterns opposite the north node of fate and destiny in Aries, bringing opportunities to emotionally release, nurture, heal, and release oneself from an overemphasis on the logical and practical, oftentimes at the expense of the creative, intuitive, emotional, and spiritual parts of self, as eclipse season sets the stage for significant life changes. The other opposition occurs between Ceres in Capricorn and Mars in Cancer, which could affect our ability to access clean and safe food and water. Something could happen that affects our supply chain, like it did back in 2021. The two sets of oppositions create squares, which is what makes the Grand Cardinal Cross so challenging and equally powerful. Squares present opportunities to internally integrate and balance seemingly conflicting energies, such as Libra with Capricorn or Aries with Cancer, for example. Although all are cardinal or initiating energies, their element is different. Aries is a cardinal fire sign that initiates its energy by taking decisive action and naturally stepping into leadership roles. Cancer is a cardinal water sign that initiates with its empathy and its outstanding compassion. Libra is a cardinal air sign that initiates socially with its unmatched charm, charisma, and social skills. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign that initiates with its unmatched work ethic. A fallen Mars square the new moon in Libra implies discomfort, aggression, emotional reactivity, and passive aggression, especially in Cancerian spaces, but especially involving the home and family, where we most crave security, peace, and harmony. Just days after the new moon solar eclipse in Libra, Mars enters his pre-retrograde shadow on October 6th, dropping clues for what Mars retrograde from December 2024 to February 2025 will bring when we start to enact and affect these changes. With Mars in Cancer approaching opposition to Pluto, 29 degrees Capricorn, for the last time in our lifetimes, could bring a housing market collapse directly tied to the insurance business in the United States, especially in states like California, Florida, Texas, where it is becoming increasingly expensive to insure, mostly driven by the increase of wild weather events with Uranus's transit through Taurus since 2018, including, but not limited to, fire, wildfire, flooding, tornadic activity, and hurricanes. We are also at solar maximum, which energizes storm systems, making them more powerful and potentially more destructive. Uranus will be retrograding on top of Algol the entire month of October, bringing us back to the energies of mid-July, when Uranus and Mars aligned 26 degrees Taurus, right on top of demon star Algol, known for its destruction. This myth holds tremendous potential for violent and shocking events, mirroring Algol's destructive, off with their heads nature. The exact date Mars opposes Pluto is November 3rd, and leading into the election on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, which also features the moon activating Pluto by conjunction, while both oppose Mars on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, the exact territory where Mars will retrograde from December to February, indicating that major changes will come to unfold even once a presidential candidate is elected. This is likely to be a very complicated, dramatic, and historical election. Thank you for watching. If you're still with me, you're a real one. Drop your current most used emoji in the comments. If you took anything away from this video, we ask that you like, comment, share the content, and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, we know that you'll enjoy the full playlist and this additional video. Thank you so much, love you, and see you soon.